What's going on, everybody? This is Sean Ryan. Thank you guys so much for watching the first part of this episode. Here is the second part. If you haven't watched part one with Brian May, go back, watch that, and then come back here and watch this one. Don't forget to subscribe and hit your notifications. Thank you. Enjoy. In this last story, god damn it, I hope it's going to be quick because it starts to involve money, and it starts to involve politics, and it starts to involve people bitching about stuff, and there's little laughter in it, and I really want this show to be funny.
You serious?
Like a nice commentary on rock music, and
the entire rock scene these days is a comedy in itself.
Yes, this story, but we could not avoid it, really, is that Rage Against the Machine, clearly you guys know if you are Rage Against the Machine fans, and even if you're not, they are going on what seems to be a universal tour. They've added more dates just this week because the demand is just so fucking high, and tickets were released yesterday, Valentine's Day. But yeah, these tickets, they went on sale, and I understand when a huge band gets back together, which we have just seen with Soundgarden and Guns N' Roses and Motley Crue and the Misfits.
And recently My Chem.
My Chem, yes. Oh my God, those tickets sold out across the country in 6 minutes. These tickets they're not cheap. They're not going to be cheap, man. They're not.
Like, even with all the layers of shit on top of it, it's just supply and demand. You have to find a venue. There is a fixed number of seats. There is clearly an amount of demand. There's going to be some premium to it because of that. That is just a reality of life.
Yeah, these tickets, they are starting at $125. That is a lot of money to a lot of people, and some people are just die-hard fans of certain rock bands, and this was a huge announcement. I mean, it was so big that it abruptly brought the end of Prophets of Rage. Zach Taylor lifted his rock that he has been under for some 20 years and emerged like Jesus, the Savior, and went, "I am here!
Rise from your grave."
And yeah, I mean, all the guys in Prophets of Rage that weren't in Rage Against the Machine were like, "Oh, yeah, well, I guess that's done."
Womp womp.
It was a fun 2 years we had. What have I said time and time again? That this show is not
a political show.
Exactly. This guy gets it. Mm-hmm. You guys need to understand that too. I wish I could talk more about this, but a band like Rage Against the Machine,
it's kind of oxymoronic, standing on your soapbox to not be political.
Yes. What do you want me to do?
Right. You can't win. You can't fucking win with these people, I swear.
It's just a damn popularity contest with you kids.
A band like Rage Against the Machine, they lean in a very specific direction. They support very specific nominees for the presidential campaign. They're very much fight the power, fight the man, damn the man!
Damn the man! Save the empire!
And they're charging quite a bit of money. A lot of the money is going to be going to charities, and yes, a portion of their profits will go to specific charities of that town that they are in. Mm-hmm. And the first 3 shows, I believe, I think it's only 3 shows, a huge portion goes to a charity.
I mean, it all comes down to a lot of bullshit. It comes down to contracts. It comes down to negotiations with the venues. In reality, Rage Against the Machine cannot control the venue. Rage Against the Machine cannot control the distribution of ticket sales and things like that. And these are all things that stack those prices. I don't know what the final numbers are. We can't really break that down. We can't tell you what that is, but I can tell you for a fact that there is a lot of layers to that they just cannot control. And if you want to see a band that scale that's going to draw that many people in a certain area, you're going to have to work with a venue that has stipulations, and it's just the reality of things. Yeah, it seems like bullshit to a person that has no knowledge of any of that, but in reality, a lot of those ticket prices are dictated by demand, the needs of the venue, and the needs of the tour itself. A lot of people don't understand that bands have to fund the production of those shows. The venue is basically saying, you can show up here, we're going to pay you this, and you're going to use this money to make sure that you provide a good show. That includes everything that goes into the production of that show, including basically everything except actually turning on the lights and heating and cooling the venue.
Do we have to use Ticketmaster? Do we have to use Live Nation? And I get it. A lot of them are connected with venues, which absolutely is bullshit. And you know what? That's on the venue.
Right, absolutely.
For doing that. They're getting a bigger cut because venues don't make a lot of money off of these huge shows.
They make money off of, like, they take a cut of merchandising. They usually always take a cut of the band's actual merchandising. But in addition to that...
That's why you're paying $50, $60 for a t-shirt.
Does anybody want to buy my shirt?
I'll trade you my shirt for a grilled cheese.
Yeah, and that's the reality of that. But in addition, too, they're making money off concessions and things like that. So that's how they make their nut on those shows.
They need to bust that nut.
It's called Zeke's Hot Nutsack.
The only alternative is for bands to do things like secret shows, which, yeah, like the diehard fans, like, obviously benefit from. Do secret shows, and they have a capacity of like 100 people, or maybe like 250, 500 people.
It's a secret.
Shut up.
Way smaller than the thing that they're going to draw. So a lot of people are going to be pissed. And it's like, oh, I didn't know they were coming, and now I'm fucking pissed because why aren't you coming to my city and fucking entertaining me? And that's a lot of the concert-going people these days.
Back to the original point, this whole thing of, yes, the tickets start off at $125, but then scalpers got their hands on these tickets before their actual release date, which I don't understand how that's even possible.
Bots, AI, fucking programming that shit. As soon as it goes live, they have a machine that just goes in there.
I'm a cybernetic organism, living tissue over a metal endoskeleton.
But I mean, it was even before. It was like Thursday. These things released on the 14th. On the 13th, they were going for $1,000.
Right.
It's like, how does that even fucking work?
The distributors have the pre-sale options, basically, and so scalpers are able to find their way into those and basically procure the tickets that way.
It drives me nuts because it's just like your electric bill or your cable bill or your taxes or something. There's nothing to do to fight these companies. It seems like a company, well, I guess you could say a company, Rage Against the Machine, Inc., should fight something like this. Like, I can't believe, they couldn't figure out a way around this. Like, why not do a certain amount of venues or something like that in between dates, or scrap some of the big dates or whatever, and just go to the fans and just say, you can buy your tickets for this 2,000 capacity venue right at our website.
Well, I mean, that's the reality of things, too. If Rage really wanted to, they could just start doing live stream promotions and deliver content direct to the fans. But people want a live experience, too. But if you want a live experience, you have to take the reality, the scale of a live experience, and you have to pay for that venue.
This is where the contradiction happens, though, because Tom Morello, on his own verified Twitter account, he was dealing with fans that are saying, like, dude, these tickets are out fucking rageous. I'm seeing these things for $7, $8, $1,000. Tom Morello goes, the most expensive ticket for any Rage Against the Machine Run the Jewels headline show is $125 US plus service fees, with the exception of charity tickets where 100% of the additional proceeds go to charity. Any other ticket in any other price is from scalpers. Now, this is bullshit because I want to show you this video that I took from my phone. Here it is. This is just what I found. This is the Rocket Mortgage Field House in Cleveland, formerly the Q, the Romo Fijo. Thank you, Alan Cox. If Tom is saying that is the most expensive ticket is $125, why is it $209? And then I go on there and then it's even more. Is it the dynamic pricing that Live Nation and Ticketmaster are doing right now, where they go, oh, the demand is so high that, regardless of what the ticket may say, we're going to just charge our own prices. Fuck you. You want it? This is how much you're going to pay. These are not from resellers. That is legitimately from their fucking website.
Like I said, it's the layers of things. It's like the things that they can control as a band, and then there's the layers on top of it that they have no control over. And it's like, he can say, this is what I said, this is our agreement, and it's like, okay, this was our agreement, and then that trades hands to some other layer that has to, okay, we have to take our cut, and then our cut, and our cut, and then it finally gets to the venue, and then it's like, this is our starting point, and then we add dynamic pricing on top of it. And it's all bullshit. I agree. Absolutely, 100%. It's all bullshit, and it's all just layers of things, and it's ridiculous.
No, it is. It's ridiculous. It's incredible. And man, like, I feel bad this show is like, it's not funny. There's nothing funny about this. Like, there's no real conclusion or great answer. But I mean, in another 6 months, no one will even be talking about this anymore. So I mean,
that's true.
The only thing you could possibly do is sneak in somehow.
Yep.
If you want to really rage against the machine, go ahead. Get in there. I want to report on you. Is what I want to do.
Nope,
You go ahead.
Not a dime.
We'll praise you, man.
Oh, yeah.
We will. As long as you don't do anything like super gross. Just simple assault.
You don't need to kill anybody, just incapacitate them. That's all we're asking.
All right, and that is all that we have for tonight's episode of Trend Kill Radio. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, hit your notifications. We are always on at 8:30 on YouTube, unless we're not. Thank you guys once again. I'm your host, Sean Ryan.
And I am Jimothy.
And this is Trend Kill Radio.
I ain't farting on no snare drum.
It could be a butt STD.
They're like mating seasons or whatever, like the webs that they create.
Oh,
like,
the bird-eating
Yeah.
fucking spider, and then the snakes that they have, and even if you tried to escape into water, they got all kinds of fish and jellyfish and stingrays and sharks and everything just waiting to kill you.
show the kids show.
Peppa Pig. That was
that's-
me.
Oh yeah,
That was
you did
me.
tell me about that. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a Peppa Pig show, the only one that has ever been banned in Australia because it said that, like, oh, no, spiders are your friend. But in Australia, that is not the case. That is not the case at all. Those things are awful. We were actually supposed to report on it, but Chris Jones,
No.
he died. Chris is dead.
R.I.P.
You died, motherfucker.
This is like pour one for my homies, and I just dripped it all over your mic.
Please. Please don't do that. This is going to be all Simpsons quotes in this episode.
This is basically every episode with us. It's just a constant string of Simpsons quotes.